Shalom. Kal halalim la Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone that rule well. And hearty shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,000 and one third. May the spirit of endurance be upon you and your households as we approach the end. Okay. It's crash out season. Okay. I'm sure you've heard about the Kimberly-Clark fire. Now, Kimberly-Clark is a huge parent company, and this facility that was burnt down by a 29-year-old by the name of, allegedly burnt down by Shamel Abdul Karimi or Kareem, which is obviously a so-called Middle Eastern Islamic name, which is, kind of funny if you think about it with regards to the Strait of Hormuz, Iran, or the land of Elam, or Persia, ancient Persia, being an Islamic country where Islam is, other religions are there, but Islam is the main religion there. And the Strait of Hormuz, and the fact that, a lot of good old boys, and the rising tensions between America and the so-called Middle East, and the hatred that your gung-ho Americans have, even though a lot of them are not supporting Trump anymore, they have towards, people of color and people and Muslims in general, right? Not that we give a shit about any heathen, but this is obviously going to increase the hatred for so-called, well, Muslims, of course, but brown people in general, because Esau Edom is retarded and doesn't know the differentiation between different. It doesn't know the difference between different races, okay, because everybody's the same to them, okay? And that's why a lot of you Latinos get your ninja wake-up call when they call you a ninja as well, even if you got straight hair and brown skin or tan skin, even if you got gray or blue eyes or whatever, they call you a ninja straight up. But nevertheless, a lot of these other nations, they put you in the same pot, so to speak. All right. So this, is allegedly done by this individual. So obviously this is going to be a snowball effect. Okay. Number one, he's an individual that's annoyed that he's not getting paid enough. So he's burnt down a huge facility that employs maintenance workers, support workers, night shift workers, day shift workers, middle shift workers. It's a huge facility, so it's definitely got like a canteen or a number of canteens to provide hot food, cold food, things of that nature, right? Cleanup crews, what you call, people that clean the bathrooms, toilets, or whatever, the washrooms. Okay, I'm sure there's security as well that walk around the premises, that check cars, that they're coming into the facility, right? So a whole bunch of workers, which is 35 miles outside of LA, I believe. So obviously there's a lot of Jake that would more than likely work there, and other nations too. So with this facility being burnt down and the cost of living increasing, even though the money is still not covering everything, but it's still, something is better than nothing. All right. You may not be able to have a gourmet meal that day, but at least you can grab yourself a quick sandwich or put jam 2 pieces of bread together, even with some butter in it, right? And dip it in some milk or something, right? That's still something edible and something lawful to eat, all right? Something's better than nothing. Now, obviously, by doing this is taking away a lot of jobs. So this is going to have a reaction, an adverse reaction. I mean, it's going to have a reaction, because, one thing leads to the next. Every action has a reaction, okay? So this is going to obviously make other people crash out as well, all right? Taking away jobs, their anger going towards people. Oh yeah, that guy Abdul Karimi burned it down. I hate Muslims, blah blah blah. Not that we give a shit about Ishmaelites or Muslims, and I'm just saying, generally, this is how people are going to feel, and this is going to lead to more skirmishes, more racial violence, especially Esau Edom. Okay, and with all these with this parent company, Kimberly-Clark. Let me just show you what they own. All right. Where are they based? Where is that information that I had? Okay, here we are. Okay, and you saw the fire at the when I had it in the video there. The fire looked like a little bit something out of like nuclear fire, right? I mean, that's going to be the end of America like that. So these little these little beautiful pictures that we see of parts of America burning and around the world. Esau's extension of Babylon, but ground zero being America, is a little prelude. That's just prelude into America's outcome. It had a bitter beginning. It's going to have a bitter ending. All right. And that's what America means. It's bitter. It's bitter for who? The Israelites, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, and those that are of that paternal lineage on their father's side. All right, the Israelite foreigners. All right. So Kimberly-Clark, okay, owns a portfolio. It's a parent company, I believe. Owns a portfolio of leading personal care, consumer tissue, and professional products with iconic brands such as Huggies, okay, what we call nappies, or what they call diapers in America, Kleenex tissues and things of that nature. Scott Cottonelle, I don't know that whatever that is. Kotex, I believe that's ladies sanitary stuff. All right. Depend, Poison, Viva. The company primarily produces paper-based goods, sanitary products, and personal hygiene items, holding top market shares in over 175 countries. So obviously, um, with these things happening, it's going to be a lack of supply, and obviously they're going to blame this facility being burnt down for the rising costs of sanitary towels and tissues and toilet rolls and things of that nature as well. So everything's going to have a reaction. Let me see what else they own. Oh shit, yeah, they own Andrex as well. Okay, Andrex I know because we get them toilet rolls over here too. Andrex, Huggies, Huggies we know we got that over here. Kleenex we got over here. Andrex we got over here. I haven't heard of Cottonelle, Scott, Kotex. I've heard. I believe that's lady stuff and Depend. I think okay, so yeah, I mean they've got like power in 175 countries, right? Their products go all over the world. Okay, let me see. I've got here. Uh, Viva, yeah, that looks like lady stuff as well. Yeah. Okay. Let me get a picture of this guy, Shamil Abdul Karimi. I was gonna play that video, but it was on Inside Edition, you know. And I thought I don't wanna mess around with him. So I just thought just show you a bit of a picture there. So let's read see if we can find a picture of this guy. And showed him stereotypical picture, you know, typical Arab. We know man's goings of the Lord. We know Esau, will do his AI, will do his other activities as well, where um, they'll do everything on the back end because they'll deal with both sides. Because the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah deals with both sides, the right hand side and the left hand side. So Esau, Edom, the Lord is using them to you know to do His work, ultimately to destroy America inside out. So the Lord, man's goings of the Lord, right? Proverbs 20 and 24. So, and the Lord deals with both sides, the right hand side and the left hand side. Either way, whoever is done, if Esau is doing it, however it's done, whether it's the guy actually doesn't exist, all right, at Shamel Abdul Karimi or Abdul Karim, right? The fact remains is all prophecies, all Yahweh Bashem Yashai. Okay, let me just see. Shamel Abdul. One second. Let me find. It's not Karimi, it's Abdul Karim. Let me see. See a fun image of this guy. They haven't shown many pictures of this guy. I've only seen like a picture. One second, let me go to YouTube. See if I can get one from there. One second, man. Um, Picture of him. Should have just played a little bit of that to get his picture up on YouTube. Slakia for this, man. I just want to show you an image of this guy. That's all. I mean, his alleged reason for burning it down was, if it only gave me enough to live on. But ultimately, you've taken away the livelihood of many people. And with this thing going on in the so-called Middle East, West Asia, with Iran, this is going to increase the anger towards people of his kith and kin, right? There you go. There's a picture of him here, right there. See that guy there? Employee allegedly burns down warehouse. Pay us enough to live. There's a picture of him there. Yeah, the guy with the beard. All right. I don't know, man. That beard doesn't even look real to me. They could use anyone. That could be Esau, Edom, an Amalekite. But then again, some Arabs do have various different types of skin tones. All right. Now, whether it's real or not, it's all Yahweh B'Shem Yashai. It's all prophecy. Okay. Yeah. A little prelude to America's end, man. Okay. All right. Let's see how big this place is. Kimberly-Clark.Corporation employee has been arrested on arson charges after a massive fire broke out Tuesday morning, just on the closure of just coming to the closure of the Passover. So a lot of judgment going out during the Passover and after the Passover as well. Okay, and after the Passover was, I believe it was declared also with regards to the draft. People have to sign up, So when the draft does go down, you youngsters, you YNs, you gung-ho Edomite crackers, you flag waving, you flags saluting mofos, right? And you tough women, right? You want to be G.I. Jane Dykes. You're going to be, pulled in. You can show how tough you are now. You women like to train male boxers, martial artists and all that. You're going to show your strength now because they're going to come and get you, all right? So, lots been going on, man. A lot's been coming out. So we are on the verge of destruction of America and the world in terms of its power structure, not the world literally. Okay. So Tuesday morning at California distribution center that serves around 50 million people. Okay. The 1.2 million square foot facility located in Ontario, about 35 miles outside of Los Angeles. Okay. Ontario. Ontario. Let me just see. Ontario's in Canada, right? Why am I bugging? 1 second. Let me just check. Ontario. Okay. What the hell? Oh, it's a city in California. There's two Ontarios. Like there's two Londons. You've got one here and one in Canada. Okay. There's a city in California called Ontario. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, so it's 35 miles. I think, what the hell? Canada's on the other side. How's it can be 30? Anyway, the 1.2 million square foot facility located in Ontario, about 35 miles outside of Los Angeles. A lot of Jake worked there. Houses facial tissue and toilet paper, according to a local Fox report. Ontario Deputy Fire Chief Mike Weddle told Bloomberg News the building's roof completely collapsed and all products inside were destroyed. All right. About 170 firefighters. So you've taken this guy by even allegedly burning it down has taken away the livelihood of a lot of people, in the thousands. All right, in the thousands and thousands and thousands. Okay, let's just say that could be more. All right. Let me Google how many people worked at this place actually. Just bear with me. I'm just gonna use my phone. How many people worked at the Kimberly-Clark plant that was allegedly burnt down in outside of LA? 1 second. Okay, let's do it again. How many people worked at the Kimberly-Clark plant? Okay, global operations, total employees as of 2024 and 2025 is approximately 40,000. Manufacturing staff, roughly 24,000. All right, and this is, when was this? Okay. Uh, Ontario. This one, this up. Well, yeah, it's in the thousands. Let's just say that. All right. Obviously, I mean, look at the size of the place. 1.2 million square foot facility. Okay, it's in the thousands. So everything action has a reaction. So obviously, you take away people's jobs, you burn it down completely. Now you got nothing coming in. Okay, and now this guy's looking at many years in prison if this is all real. But nevertheless, the building burnt down is real. Okay, and the people it's going to affect is going to be real. Okay, but the people, the fat cats at the top, smiling with Cheshire cats, they've got insurance policies in place. Okay, same way they did with the Twin Towers. They've got insurance policies in place, so they're going to be good. Okay, he's just basically shafted, your local, your regular, your Joes, Peters, and Mikes. The people that work daily to earn their money. Ishakar working, sharing homes and families and friends in the neighborhood, doing car shares each week just to drive to the plant to work. It's going to affect a lot of people's livelihood. Okay, and sentiment and anger towards people of that particular origin. But this is what they do, Esau Edom. When they want to start civil war and racist attacks and things of that nature, this is what they're going to do. All right, they're going to use people of a particular target, the ethnicity they're trying to target. They're going to use their faces and cause a whole lot of commotion and problems, and have these crisis actors and literally do the stuff themselves and have crisis actors in place. Why? To target that specific ethnicity. All right, and sometimes it really does happen, but also Esau Edom does amplify it as well with his crisis actors. But it's all prophecy. It's all meant to lead to Jeremiah 30 verse 7, Jacob's trouble. Okay, because ultimately it's going to be, they're still going to say, you ninjas are the problem as well, because as you can see daily, we're seeing a whole bunch of news segments coming out about Gen Zs and Jake doing crazy things. All right, so obviously this is going to be a collective where all people of color are going to be caught in the crossfire, but their targets are going to be, a particular nation, but everybody that's brown is going to fall into it. So it's going to be Jacob's trouble, and their anger, no matter what happens around the world, is always going to be towards the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native, especially the so-called black man. All right, because you're more visible, right? All the tribes are visible, but the so-called black man is at the forefront, right? The head tribe, Judah. So this is gonna be, just gonna lead to a complete destruction, man. All right, you know. What else? They're asking for more money. They're not getting enough to live, because with the rising costs, inflation, things are just going quadrupling. Okay, so you're gonna have a lot of people crash out. Okay, they can't control their emotions, and obviously, one thing affects another. You burnt down a huge plant; it's gonna affect a lot of people's livelihoods. And they're gonna say, "Oh, that damn Arab did this, that damn Arab did that. Oh, I hate them damn Arabs. Oh, we got some towel heads living across the street. Let's go and burn their house down. They burnt our building down. Let's go and burn." People are like that. People are stupid like that. So it's gonna happen. All right. Then they're gonna see probably like a family they assume are Muslim. All right, even if they don't wear the whole garb and all that, but they look Muslim. Like say it could be a Latino family, right? And the men have grown beards, and they're Muslim too. That could happen too, because crackers are stupid. Edomites are stupid. All right. The fire was contained of the fire was contained to the building of origin, and complete extinguishment is expected to continue through Tuesday evening, according to the department. All right. All right. Okay. Well, let's go to some scriptures. Um, so your world is not going to go back to normal. It's not going to be, that mirth orientated world that was once here. You know, sports to keep your mind busy, a good job to so you can earn your daily bread. All right, so you don't have to worry about money. You know, uh, seeing the game on the weekend, having a drink with your buddies on a Friday or Saturday night. All that's out the window because disposable income is no longer a thing anymore. Okay, you Edomites, you heathens are going to feel it further. It's going to be, and all you non-Israelites are going to feel it. Okay, you're going to feel it. Haggai 1:6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Okay? What do the guys say? The guy burnt the facility down allegedly because they were not providing enough to live, to sustain themselves. With the rising costs, the salaries are not being matched. Okay? And this is all done by design. Okay? For the tide to go in a certain direction of people crashing out, civil war, a war between the haves and the have-nots. Okay, people are going to be bum rushing and crashing out people's, taking people's goods and services. Okay, people are already made Instagram videos of people saying, "Oh, if they don't have no money or food or whatever, they're going to be kicking down doors." Remember that Eve with a head wrap? Or was she wearing a shower cap? That was talking about it. One of the brothers made a video. One of the great Millstone brothers. I think it's Arrows of Indignation or another channel, or GMS Dedication, that makes these beautiful videos, man, of showing a collage of, or like a snapshot of various people expressing their sentiments. So this is going to lead out to a more crash out season, and then a war between the haves and the have-nots, civil war, hatred towards a particular group, and then the authorities get involved, martial law, lockdowns, okay, energy lockdowns, okay, because they're trying to save, they're going to say we're trying to save the energy, oil, gas, and all that. Oh, so stay home more, don't go out, don't drive your cars, which was going to have what? Another detriment effect, which is already there into the economy because people are not going to be spending. People don't have no jobs, no spending. All right. People crashing out and burning down more buildings, no spending. All right. So ultimately, we are just seeing the demise of this world in real time. Okay. And so people are going to eat their, bread and meat with measure, man. They're eating their bread and meat with measure. There's two more scriptures and Ezekiel 4:16. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. And that's already happening. We've seen videos of people saying that they don't eat nothing all day, but in the evening they'll have fish fingers, which in America I believe is fish sticks, or have some baked beans. They might have a can of baked beans, eat half one evening. They eat once a day at the moment. It's going to be less than that, and then less than that, and less than that. Okay, that's going to happen because food is gone up exponentially. We see it in America; it's gone up crazy. Over here, it's getting there. It's getting there. I've seen the rising price costs. Okay, I've seen it. It's definitely getting there. It hasn't gone to the level of America yet. Damn near $75, which is like £60 for a steak or whatever, or a couple of pieces of steak. It hasn't gone to that level yet, but it's definitely rising. It's definitely rising. Okay, fuel costs pretty much, is gone up crazy, man. You know, so it's getting to that point where people are really gonna be, it's gonna be, shotgun season. Let's go to Second Ezra's. We're seeing this demise of this world, man. Our world is coming. Second Ezra's 6 verse 9, which is for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Our world is coming, man. It's gonna be just more and more people crashing out. Second Ezra's 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe meaning bad times. Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Literal swords, guns, baseball bats, cricket bats, those that are from European countries or those that grew up in countries that play cricket. Okay, hockey sticks, ice hockey sticks, machetes, butcher's knives. Okay, they'll have a light sort of deck chair in one hand to sort of as a shield, and then they have like a big meat cleaver in the other, ready to take and juke people down. It's going to come to that. We're seeing people crashing out. People are going crazy, and a lot of these people have taken the juicy juice as well. During the 1-9 thing, that's part and parcel of it too. That's part of it too. And there's just a lot of people. There's the Lord is, sending those vengeance spirits out there. Okay, and okay. And obviously then you're gonna have people with that have been prepping for this for ages. Okay, those gun-toting gung-ho Edomites, their guns are legal in their state. They can walk around with open carry, with bullets around them like they're Rambo. Those kind of people are hoarding and stocking up, hoarding up weapons, probably some since the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, just getting ready for that time. And they want it to pop off because they just want they're raring, they're foaming at the mouth. They're ready for this shit. As soon as it enters their realm, their world, their state, their fucking Edomite part of the world, they're gonna go crazy. Okay, and then and also people with their Glock 9s and Glock 30s, extended clips, they're gonna get down and busy too, man. Gangsters, lawful people, criminals, everybody, your regular folk, everybody's going to get busy. All right. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. MAGA people don't even like Trump no more. People don't give a shit about Prince Charles no more or King Charles or about the monarchy no more. They're talking about trashing it. So people don't give a shit about their heads of state no more. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Let's go to the meaning of sedition. There shall be sedition among men. 1 second. So I'm going to go to my phone again. All right. Definition of sedition. Sedition is the act of using speech, writing, or organization to incite rebellion, insurrection, or public disorder against establishment, disorder against established government authority. Okay, it's a rebellion against established government authority. Okay, so for there shall be sedition among men. Okay, which is sedition is a rebellion against authority among men and invading one another. All right, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So people are going to be plotting. Verse 17, this is the martial law part. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. All right. The war between the haves and the have-nots. All right. Jealous people. You're jealous people. You've always had jealous people. Right. But this is going to amplify. All right. So you Israelites out there that are part of the elect, you got nothing to worry about. The Lord's covered you with his wings. But the rest of the world, they're in big trouble. All right. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. And for great tribulation. Let's get the word definition of tribulation. All right. We all know that means uh, basically tribulation means it's not a positive word, but let's just get the deep definition of it. Definition of tribulation. Tribulation.
Tribulation. Tribulation.
Tribulation is severe distress, suffering, or difficult experience resulting from misfortune or injustice. A lot of misfortune is coming for you two-thirds, you unelect Israelites in America and you unelect Jakes around the world. A lot of distress, suffering, and misfortune is coming for you heathens, you Edomites, you Ishmaelites, you Arabs, you Elamites. Okay, you Edomites. Okay, you Moabites, you Ammonites. Okay, so I'll just say to you in straightforward English that you'll understand. You so-called white people, you Chinese, you Japanese, you East Indians. Uh, okay, you Polynesians, you Samoans, you Hamite Africans, you Somalians. All right, all you non-Israelite nations. All right, I'm not talking about the Jakes amongst you. I'm talking about you literal heathens. Okay, a lot of tribulation is coming. Okay, and it's not going to get better. Okay, it's onwards and upwards for the elect, but it's your downward spiral for the rest of the world, especially in ground zero America. Okay, so this is a good sign. All praises, honor, glory, and blessings and power be unto Abanoah Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Badash, Mawatha Bad Babal, Kwam Yashrala, Shalom.